Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach and welcome to my press conference. And I'm going to start with an apology. Everyone loves to apologise these days. Brad, Scott, Eddie McGuire, they're all doing it. So Shorty's jumped on board. Just apologies, haven't quite gotten around to the comments and things like that. I've been flat chat. A lot of you already will probably know that. As you'll see, this video is, I guess, less thought-provoking in the way it's been put through visually. I think I'll just pretty much maybe have my little presser symbol and then just a full picture of my team. Just quickly, reason being that still getting settled into my new job. You know, I haven't had a day off since we last spoke, so very, very busy. The travel is, you know, it really crams down your days. It's like a vice, you know, you're going to bed earlier, getting up earlier, and you're driving for, you know, an hour and a half either side nearly. So that's the reason why I plan to eventually get round to comments not those ones exactly, but in future videos. Once I get a place and once I get settled in, have a little bit more time on my hands, then I'm sure I'll be able to do that. But bear with me, guys, be patient. Because of course it's not from not wanting to answer them, it's just unbelievably busy and just other things, you know, getting in the way of things I got to do, set up, see the family, see friends. So yeah, just a quick one off the top there, and we'll have a look at my side. 1773 I scored. Now, coming into the round, as I told you beforehand in the weekend preview, wasn't feeling super confident about it, given the chance of some zeros and some lower scorers being played, but to be in the top 11%, sorry, and move up 2,000 spots up to sort of 17,000-ish is extremely good, and I'm extremely happy with. Won 7 of my 9 leagues, so stoked about that. And it did come as a bit of surprise, I must say, because I had sort of conceded to the fact that I'd score, you know, a mediocre sort of score. I was hoping to get in the top 20%. Now, I only checked these scores an hour ago. That's how busy I have been. Like, I worked all weekend, and you know, I love my SuperCoach and love my footy. I only got a chance to listen to games and check the AFL live stats rather than the in-depth SuperCoach stuff. Open it up, and Heath Shaw's returned 46. I know I'm late to the party, but gee, absolutely shocked on that one. Simpson was good. Bartel had a stinker. Birchall 119 was good. Rich 88 and Collins 126. So it's one of those really interesting weeks in the backline where you go, oh gee, imagine if Shaw and Bartel had a scored how they normally do. But then on the flip side you go, well, Birchall and Collins scored like Shaw and Bartel, and Shaw and Bartel scored a bit like Birchall and Collins. So it's ironic. I mean, sometimes you really hope for the certain scores from a certain player. But in this case, I've sort of got the same result just from the unexpected parties. So just funny little enigmas of SuperCoach. Dangerfield 110. He was okay, one of the Cats' better players. I'm surprised by Selwood. I thought he would have scored more. I thought he was our best player. Scored 106. Pendles didn't really look like he gave us stuff at times. I think he was going through the motions as Collingwood got out to that lead, 87. Dylan Shield was very good, starting to take the whole comp by storm. Very consistent. Ablett was outstanding. You know, I would have had him as vice if he played before Dangerfield, but yeah, 159 was brilliant. Keys 42. He's just struggling though. He's losing money now. I thought about trading him, but there were more pressing matters to do. Of course, Robbie Gray. Stewart was dropped. Libber, Prittis, McPherson still out. They were all zeros. As my ruck department, Gawn and Nick Nat were both done and dusted, sitting on the pine there. But, you know, reason being, as discussed, Todd Goldstein dropped 27,000, and, you know, that transition from Nick Nat to Goldstein will be pretty straightforward now. Forward line was good. I mean, Aaron Hall wasn't the greatest, 71, but he'll work back into it. I'm not super concerned by that. I think I'll be patient with him. Martin, he must be polling some serious Brownlow votes. 129, Montagna 115, Deledio 110, and I brought in Phillips and he scored 87 and looked real good, like looked dangerous. I mean, I didn't really care what he scored. I just wanted him to play a decent role and allow him to stay in the side and consolidate himself. Well, he did both, because he should stay in the side and be around there for, you know, I would imagine the short term for sure, because he looked extremely good. Now, I'm just going to mainly talk about my team, because I don't have that great an internet. I am in Ballarat at the moment and sort of doing this live, sort of not. I'm staying at a friend's place and didn't want to be that weird guy who's doing a podcast in his random bedroom. So just doing this one from the car and potentially too far away from the Wi-Fi. And you're probably sitting there wondering, well, how the hell can you see your team, Shorty? Well, my page was already up on my SuperCoach side. So there's some of the beauties of Shorty's rush life, and he can't prepare for his damn podcast, but there you go. So I'll just discuss my team and things you can probably do. I mean, the likes of Phillips and Collins were just, you know, absolutely fantastic and came at the right time, because I needed money to be really generated quickly, and I'm sure a lot of you are in the same boat. A few cash cows coming to an end, starting to wind up. Well, they kick-started theirs, especially Collins, who's very popular. I know he's got the bye, but, you know, that's all right, that 126. So I think general speak, I'll probably touch more on the weekend preview. Again, let's try and just get through these buys, and I hope you did so. Again, this podcast coming a little bit late, but you know, that's for the reasons I've said off the top. We'll do a bit of a live. Oh, gee, that doesn't look good. God, I was going to say let's do a bit of a live checking out of the buy situation for next week, and then immediately looked at my back line and realised just how screwed I was. Collins out, Bartel out, Shaw out, Birchall out, Rich out, Lee not playing. That is unbelievable. I mean, I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't realise it was going to be that bad. I'm not sure why. It's probably just because I haven't really put a great deal of time into SuperCoach over the last week or so. But that is brutal at its very best. That is nuts. So, well, there's 4-0 straight away, unless Tom Lee comes back, which is unlikely. And then I'll have no Stewart, no Keys, no... Oh, boy. It doesn't get any better. That's nasty. Dangerfield, Selwood, Shield, Keys and Stewart out. And all I have to come back is Libba and Prittis. This is brutal on air, boys. I mean, and girls, if you're listening, you could see Shorty cry live here. This is outrageous. I knew it wasn't going to be great, but I didn't expect it. So what do we got there? We've gone through the defence and midfield. And I'm looking at least 3 zeros already. Yeah, so the rucks are playing, of course. Yeah. No, the forward line's okay. Franklin will just come in for Reed, not that Reed was playing anyway. Now Hunt is gonna play. Gee, I can't even swap a bloke around there. What I'm thinking is that I'll potentially have 7 forwards and not many mids, so do the old loophole or the DPP action and change it round. But I don't have a mid forward in the midfield. That's shocking. But yeah, so obviously, as you can tell, this is some pretty live stuff here. Hopefully it doesn't come across too terrible, but it does give an insight to exactly what's in my head when I really think about it, because, you know, that's brutal. I'm not overly happy about that. And off the top of my head, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I got 8 trades, and I preferably wanted to hold on. I got like 460,000 in the bank, which is crazy, I know. But just the way it panned out, guys didn't come down. So, of course, Nick Nat out for Goldstein. That doesn't really help my zero case, because I was already accounting for Goldstein to be playing in my side. And then I will probably want to upgrade someone maybe in the forward line. you know, I really want to try and cancel out these zeros. It's tough because no one's legitimately peaked. You know, you look at Keys, just going shithouse. Stewart doesn't warrant it. Collins is going to make more cash. Lee's not enough. And Hunt, well, Hunt's playing, so, you know, ideally I could do something a little better than just, you know, getting rid of him. I'm going to have to think on that. I think somehow, whether I bite the bullet with potentially Keys, yeah. No, it's a tough one. It's one where I'm going to, like I say to you guys, I'm going to have to get the old pen and paper out and have a look. Off the top of my head, I might just, possibly downgrade a Keys or someone, even though it's not that great a move, or a Stewart. And hopefully there's some sort of guy who's scoring okay through the midfield or the defence, and I'll just see how I go, because gee whiz, that's, I mean, I got money in the bank, so I mean, it's not panic stations by any means, but it's just a real case of bad timing, just really bad timing. So I mean, I guess the option is, you know, do you trade Rich? You know, is he really a keeper? Desperate times. You know, you bring in someone like Rance. So yeah, looking at it briefly, I would have to say at least 2 zeros. Surely. So I may not be alone. Let me know if I'm not alone in that boat, because a lot will have Shaw. We know about Dangerfield, of course, and Selwood, and, you know, the like. You know, there'll be a lot of guys who have similar problems, but I would doubt as located to the exact positions. So it's not really a case of poor management, just all in the one position has really thrown me out. So we'll see how we go. I guess I'll touch base in the weekend preview once I've had a thought about it, guys, and give you a further update. But leave your comments for sure. I'll definitely read them. Whether I get the chance to really go right through them, I mean, by the time I get to them, it may be irrelevant, you know, replying, but I'll certainly read them. I mean, I read most of the others, but, you know, it just wasn't relevant replying by the time I got to them. So they don't go unnoticed, so I always enjoy seeing the emails pop up with quite a few comments. Yes, this one's probably coming through late on Tuesday. It's hard to tell. Doing this at about 8:30 at the moment. I'm hoping to have it up about 10ish, so that'll be okay. But you know, as I say, guys, just settling into the job. It's full time. It's, you know, by the time I get up, get home, it's like a 12-hour day if you do a little bit extra. So I'm not complaining, because I love it. It's going fantastic and I really enjoy it. But it's just the reason that things have been thrown out of whack a bit, and it's a bit all over the joint. And, you know, these videos aren't visually presented in any great routine as they once were, but they'll be back. It'll be back. You know, don't go unsubscribing. I'll be back. I mean, once I settle in, I just called someone to find a property as well, so the ball's starting to get rolling. I'm hopefully going to have somewhere in a week or so, fingers crossed, and then you never know, I might be able to finally just sit down, get the old YouTube out and reply to some comments, because I really do enjoy hearing all your comments, and I love all the positive stuff you guys have been giving me about the congrats on the job and everything like that. It's very good, and you know you guys don't even know me, so it's really nice to be appreciating that fact, and it's feeling is mutual. I appreciate you guys listening to me and taking on board some advice and the banter in the comments through the comments section. So anyway, on that note, I'll probably start getting ready for bed, I suppose. But all the best for your week in SuperCoach. Of course, I'll touch base later in the week. I'd love to say when that is. I do actually have Friday off. It's my first day off in about 9 days, so I can probably guarantee something on Friday, which will be fantastic. So chat to you guys then. Have a good week. Shorty out.